Well, hello everyone. We are finally live. It's again at the very last moment when I went live and I thought that I took care of all the settings. It again was showing that it was working in vertical, but I am in horizontal. Hallelujah. I conquered this feature. Now I should remember how to make myself horizontal versus going vertical all the time. Hello, my dear friends. It's a wonderful time of the year. It's a wonderful, wonderful day. It's almost Christmas Eve. Tomorrow is Christmas Eve. Today is the day before the Christmas Eve, and I was thinking it would be very nice time for us to get together to take a look back at our year and see where we are and how we are. And I think that you're probably all ready for your Christmas. You have your families gathered together in your homes. You cooked your favorite meals. And here we are, Don Pepas and I, and we are greeting you all and wishing you Merry, Merry Christmas. And Don Pepas is over there. Pepachka, hello. So we have a wonderful sunny day in California, and Don Pepas, of course, bathing himself in the sun. And Pipus, Pipusia, Pipusia, say hello to everyone. Say hello, Pepachka, Pipusicka. Okay, Pipusia моя. That's our cat. That meow. Say again, meow. Пепа, скажи meow. Meow. Okay. Okay, so now you heard it, and we are officially live, and this is our stream. Let me see who came to our stream. And you see my Christmas tree, of course. And we're here at my piano studio. And I also have today a Russian map featured over here. So it's going to be kind of a geography lesson by the map. So this is my Christmas tree. Here at the map. Here I am, and we are all ready to go to our stream. I have a mug. Is the only mug that I have remaining in my house. That's the one. They're no longer available. I pull out this product because I don't like this particular picture. But I happen to give away all my Don Pepas mugs as Christmas presents, and that's why I have the only one left. But now this is like a novelty because this is the one that I say that's the way on your look when you learn Russian, and unfortunately the graphics is so little. Let's see who is here. We have 12 people joining us by now, and I have Karen Reed. I have Kitty Cockroach. I have uh, CSTNKTP. I have Linda. I have Gail. I have Netmag. I have Jennifer Russell. I have who else? I have Sherry with her kitten Lily. And I know, guys, that you bought new merchandise that I created with Don Peppa's pictures, new mugs, and I already posted one mug, one picture on our community channel. I'm saying it our because it's our community page where you come and visit us with Don Peppa's, and you write all the messages and comments that I really love and appreciate. And I just received another email from Gail from December Gem that she also ordered that mug, and it just happened. I just received that picture. So right, the stream when the stream is over, you're going to see that picture with the new mug that Gail purchased. Okay, so Merry Christmas, everyone. Merry Christmas. What a lovely holiday. It's really one of my favorite holidays. And since it's been already 30 years, I call this country home. And January 25th or the January 24th, the Christmas Eve, Christmas night, It's a holiday for me. It's a holiday for me, but you probably noticed if you're watching Sasha's and Masha's streams, messy streams, that they keep talking about New Year's night. And they also talking about getting Christmas tree very close to the 25th of January. Sometimes they go the week of the 25th of January. And it's kind of, they don't regard the Christmas of this hemisphere or this particular countries. They kind of, they talk about New Year. They don't talk about Christmas, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. Why it's happening the way it is? Why everyone in Russia rather is talking about New Year than about Christmas? But before we go there, I would like to talk with you a little bit and tell you what's going on in my life and the life of Don Pepas. And you all know that I went to work full time, and that work, it's a good thing that I am working again. But of course now my 3 channels, YouTube channels, I barely have time for everything. You probably have noticed that I limited postings on this channel to shorts, to some quizzes, and to some community posts for now. I know also, who else do we have here? Meg. Okay, I know that I promised you a long time ago, 2 streams ago, a video about Maya bringing me growing up back in the Soviet Union. And honestly, I started doing that. I pulled out all the pictures, I scanned them into my camera, and I even recorded a video. And then I started putting it together as the video, and I didn't quite like what I was saying there, how it came out. And that project is kind of in the making, but it's not, I don't know, it's like I don't have anything to say rather than I had normal childhood, and from the point of view of a normal person. Like, what do we all want to, when we're growing up? We want our family, we want mom and dad being happy, giving us our shelter, cooking wonderful food that you always have. School, you have kindergarten, you have all the stability of your household, and that's all I had. And that is common wish for across all countries and all continents. So that's nothing different about it. And again, I started thinking and talking about my stories, my family stories, about my relationship with my dad, with my mom. And kind of I became a little bit sentimental. It carried me too far away, and that is in the works. Then, of course, I took the inventory of all the videos that I already have on the channel. And I was going, even build some Excel spreadsheets looking how they are performing. And those videos, they are so-called evergreen. The content doesn't tie to any particular date or whatever, like Russian alphabet or the nouns and everything. And I see that the grammar is, the basic grammar is complete, it's over there, and I can't add anything else to that. It's because, well, you can't recreate something that's already there. And to go and watch Macy's videos every time, three times a week that they're releasing videos. It's kind of, I have to dedicate myself completely 100% to watching those videos and do nothing else but watching videos and then creating content based on that one. And that is not doable for me, not feasible for me right now. So I have a new subscriber, relatively new subscriber, who is also in Canada. Um, the and very, very interesting suggestions, and that's why the map is here. I'm going to be talking about Penza, city of Penza today a little bit. I was moved toward more country stories, or maybe life in Russia, or some explanations about what Sasha and Masha are doing, um, how Russia does live, and that's how the idea of this stream came about, saying like, New Year, why is it such a big deal, New Year in Russia, but not Christmas? And that's a very interesting conversation, and not everyone knows that. So, and that's what I was thinking, that maybe I am leaving the language videos where they are. I may be sorted into more precise playlists. So if the newcomers would come and want to learn Russian based on the content of Puma Messi, and how Puma Messi teaches us Russian now, Don Pepas actually um, got this this tool of to teaching Russian one word at a time in shorts. Why am I doing shorts? Because shorts are not that time consuming to do, and it's really kind of I am filming this, then I don't even need to create a thumbnail. I don't need to go through the lengthy editing process, and shorts are becoming quite an easy asset for me to develop. And so the language videos I want to set aside, and they're going to be there, and then maybe start building up this narration movies, videos with some documentaries cuts into the narrations, and talking about, and geography, and cultural knowledge, or movies, or something like that, life in Russia. Though I keep saying that this country became my second home, and it's been already 30 years since I live here. And I've been to Russia only a handful of times, actually less than a handful, 3 times. I've been to Russia back 3 times, but I do have my classmates who live there. I'm in constant contact. I have my nephews who live there, and definitely I know what's going on in Russia and how people live there. So I think that I'm kind of subject matter expert, and you can trust my expertise and my opinion if I'm going to come up with those videos. But anyway, I'm really taking creative pause right now, and especially on my other 2 channels, it's time to speak English. It's been neglected completely. And my cooking channel, because I was continuing making new videos, and for cooking, you have to really cook. And when my weekend comes, I spend the entire Saturday cooking, and then entire Sunday editing and posting those videos. And now I'm kind of taking my weekends off. And trying to think where I want to go with YouTube, because it's really very, very tough to combine full-time job and this YouTube thing. So that's where I am. I'm taking a creative pause, and I'm trying to draw a new roadmap as for the content or the channel where it's going to head. And you probably have noticed that I stopped doing translations for Masha and Sasha's streams. For the past 2 streams, I was there invisible, because the moment I still have that moderator range, and the moment I log in and I greet them, everyone is expecting me to work as an interpreter. And then I end up spending 2 hours of my precious morning translating the stream live. And meanwhile, if I'm not checking in, I can just put the telephone in my pocket and go to the market and do some other stuff. And that's pretty much where I am. Let me read what we have here, what you guys are saying. Okay. Hello, hello, hello. Thank you for the compliments of my tree. I like this, and I have another tree in my other room also. I have this year I have 2 trees. This tree is an artificial one, and the other one is live one. In that short trailer that you watched before you came to the live stream, that's that tree where Don Pepas is walking on the table over there. So no white Christmas in Michigan, and Michigan Nutmeg is saying no snow. Well, I'm so sorry. No white Christmas in California either. Yes, please remember, guys, I don't live in Russia. I live in California. And in Alberta, Canada, no snow as well. Oh my God, what's going on? They might be right about that global warming. And today I went to Sasha and Masha, to Macy's Telegram channel, and I also have friends who live in Penza, and I talked to them yesterday. They had plenty of snow, as we all saw in their videos, but today and yesterday they had rain, pouring rain, and now it's kind of slippery, very, very slippery. The temperature is on positive, it's above 0 centigrade, everything is melting, and it's a weird weather. Russia had the cyclone named Vanya, Ivan, and then it disappeared, flew away, and now they have all this warmth that came so unexpectedly. Okay, what else? Um, yeah, I know, Sherry. I know you downside due to Lily the cat who enjoys the trees. I wasn't able to put the tree until Don Pepa's turned 4. First time when he was kitten, he was born in August, of course, and the first Christmas he was barely 5 months old, and he was a wildcat. He was literally a wildcat. The tree was standing up while he was sleeping. The moment he was awake, the tree was down. So the second, and I put it away. And then the second year, I didn't even attempt to place a tree. The third year, I really had very serious talk with him. He was looking into my eyes, and I'm like, Don Pepas, tell me what is going to happen with the tree this year. Can I put the tree? Can I bring it at least in house? And he was looking into my eyes with his huge eyes, saying, I promise nothing, but let's try. And since then, that's what we have, that I promise nothing. And but now he's growing bigger and bigger. But he did manage to chew on the artificial tree, and that was really weird. It was not very healthy for him. He got me scared once, so it's again made me think few times whether to put the tree or not. Those cats, it's so funny, but this tree, he doesn't care about it anymore. He didn't even care about the real one. He didn't chew or whatever. He said, those little kittens, let them deal with those trees. I'm a mature, self-respected cat, and I don't do those trees anymore. It's baby stuff. I am an adult now. And what else we have here? And thank you for ordering the mugs. Really, guys, you make me feel so good, because it's just amazing. You love Don Pepas, and you love this channel. You keep coming, and it's uh, makes me very emotional and very appreciative and very grateful, and all those feelings that keep me warm and fuzzy and good. I don't know how you guys what's your attitude toward Michael Bublé. I was listening to him. I even went to his performance once when he came here to San Jose, California, and then he kind of off my radar. But yesterday YouTube suggested to me a podcast. He was on one of the podcasts for 2 hours, and he was talking, giving an interview, and it was my second rediscovery of Michael Bublé. And he was saying that it's amazing. The question was like, do you realize that every Christmas you are singing from everywhere? You can't go shopping without listening to yourself, hearing your voice out of every single source of information out of everything. You are everywhere. What happened when it first that phenomena happened to you? And he was saying, yeah, probably like every person, I was a little bit hypocritical, saying, oh my God, it's me again, that's so horrible. But then when he was in the hospital, something happened with his family, and he was waiting, sitting there in the waiting room. And he said, it dawned on me that Christmas is the most wonderful time of the year. It's when the worst people become the best people, where the kindness just pouring out of us as human beings. And I am my music, I am as a singer, I'm going to remain forever as a part of that time. And he said, and that is so humbling. And like 200 years from now, I'll be dead, dead, dead. But that music will stay with people. And that is so humbling. And so that kind of gave me perspective. Of course, I'm not saying that I'm of that magnitude or something, but it makes me so humble that you come here and you care about Don Pepas and myself and the channel, and you care about Masha, Sasha, Messi, Gerda, and we are here as like safe haven for pet lovers and kind people, because only kind people care about our furry friends and treat them as family. Okay, that was kind of quite a detour. Okay, what else do we have here? I have Eric joined us. I have Alex. Hello, Alex. And I have Mimi, my one black cat. I remember. I have Kitty. Who else? Eric, where did you disappear? You said some. Yeah. Bon dia, Eric. Eric said bon dia. Bon dia. Buongiorno. Bonjour. And buenos dias, bon dia, здравствуйте, добрый день. We can greet people in different languages. And who else? Alex. Okay, hello. Yes, Don Pepas is, yeah, he is a fully grown boy right now. He moved, he made himself a little bit more comfortable, because on the edge of the couch is not that cool, but now he's on the couch and it's much more comfortable for him to be there. Okay, and now let's talk about, I think I didn't leave unanswered chat. I don't want you to feel neglected. And yeah, Don Pepas is so sweet and so special. Thank you. And yeah, he continues to behave a little bit naughty during the nights, and but it's okay. I'm kind of getting used to it. I either go to bed a little bit earlier, and he's waking me up closer to 5 a.m., and that's not that bad. New Year's in Russia. Remember when you all watch Sasha and Masha? You all watch their streams, and about end of November, beginning of December, people start talking about, what are you going to do for the new year? What are you going to do for the new year? And our translators, Ekaterina and Anna, and I myself, we are trying to explain to the best of our abilities that it's people are asking what you're going to do on the New Year's night. Because New Year's is the main holiday in Russia. Why it turned out to be this way, it's a different story, because, and we need to go back to the October Revolution, 1917, and when the atheism was the main ideology. It's not ideology, it's lifestyle for Russia. So they decided for the Soviet Russia, for the Soviet Union, and they decided to create a holiday that would kind of keep all the traits of Christmas, but also it could be disassociated from the religious meaning of that holiday. And they created something non-denominational, common for all people. It has no ideology except for general love for humanity, for each other, for your family gathering. And they tied it up to the first night of the year. It's a new year. So the attributes of the Christmas, it's the Christmas tree, but it's a New Year tree, and we all know in Russian they call it yolka. Yolka. And I think that holiday wasn't that popular until the 1930s. In the 30s, it became main holiday of the year. And that's how people who, because when Christmas was kind of taken away, the yolkas were not popular. The Christmas trees, they were, it's not that they were not allowed, but kind of everyone was looking at those back in those times like, oh, they're celebrating Christmas, that's not cool. And then when the government saw that the good memory, the people's memory, still carrying this Christmas tree into the new life, into the new country, they said, okay, let's see what we can do about it. And then the tree appeared and became very official symbol of the first night and the New Year's. The New Year's has nothing to do with any religion. It's just all about celebration of new life, or looking back and analyzing how the year was, and wishing that the new year is going to be very, very nice. And it's all about family. You have to be somewhere, either at your house, and you have to invite lots and lots of people, your friends and family, or you have to be invited into somebody's house. And if you are home alone, I think there is not such a person in Russia to be home alone. I mean, if you're saying that you're not, for example, people are asking, what are you doing for New Year's? And if you say nothing, I'm just thinking about going to bed, you will be looked at like, what are you talking about? Nothing. At New Year's, are you crazy? You need to go somewhere. If you have nowhere to go, we're going to invite you. So, yes, no person left behind. That's literally the holiday for the New Year. And when I'm talking about this holiday of the New Year's, it means that it's not only in Russia, but on the entire territory of the former Soviet Union. If you go to Kazakhstan, they also celebrate it this way. If you go to Uzbekistan, if you go to Kyrgyzstan, Belarus, Ukraine, if you go to Moldova, if you go to Azerbaijan, if you go to Armenia, if you go to all those now independent countries, I think even Baltic states, even they celebrated, though they really say we have nothing to do with the Soviet Union. But this tradition is so deep, deeply rooted in every person who has common roots of the Soviet people, once the one people who lived on that territory. And though we saying that no, we're independent countries, but if you ask someone like from Georgia, what is your main holiday? They will tell you New Year, New Year, New Year, and it's a big deal. And then, okay, once it's established, and actually Sasha and Masha, they're going to have, it's on Monday, the 31st is Sunday, it's their stream. People kept asking last stream, like, are you going to have a stream? Are you going to have a stream? And now, since they have it at 6 p.m. Moscow time, a little bit later, or at 8, I don't remember. So technically, the 31st of December, people are spending time cooking and setting up the table. And the table has to be huge. And we made with you all the salads that are appropriate. 3 salads are must. That Olivier, and it's featured on our channel over here. Vinaigrette, it's also featured on our channel. And last year I did that herring under the fur coat, that fish red salad under the lots and lots of beets and mayo. Those 3 salads, they must. And then you have hors d'oeuvres like cold cuts. Then you must have at least red caviar. And then you have to toast with champagne. Champagne is also a must on the table. But you're toasting the new year at midnight. You have to have, like you're opening the bottle of champagne on the 12 hour when the clock is chiming. And then you pour that champagne, you saluting and you're making a wish, and that's your new year. But at 10 p.m., you literally sit down at the table and you start eating and you drinking, maybe, I don't know, people who like vodka, they drink vodka, people who like wine, they drink wine, and eating. And this is you're kind of taking away that new year. So what do we do with the holidays? What is the verb? We celebrate. We celebrate holidays. And the new year is the only holiday that we meet. We meet the new year because it enters our houses. And that's why мы встречаем, we meet the new year. So where are you meeting the new year? That's the Russian question. Well, I'm meeting it with my families, or we are going somewhere where all our friends going to be there. Maybe we will be outdoors doing some meat preparing outdoors, or maybe we're going to decorate the Christmas tree outside. Remember, Sasha kept talking about that he had this childhood dream to have an outside Christmas tree, and now he has that dream fulfilled. They have one tree in their house, and the other one is outside that they also decorated. And that's the beginning of winter holidays. This is the beginning of winter holidays. And since we are still kind of Russian language channel, I want to tell you how do we say Новый год. So, Новый год. I wanted to give you this lesson a little bit today. So I know that we have these adjectives. We have the adjective новый, новый, new, and then Новый год, Новый год, Новый год. How do we say Happy New Year in Russian? We say it с Новым годом. С Новым годом. С Новым годом. For some reason, I have this adjective over here, старый, 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 and it's old. And why? You will also get it in few seconds. Okay, we've got it with the new year. So this is the new holiday, main holiday of the year. It's very festive. Literally, if you go to any Russian city right now, the city is very decorated. It's lights and music everywhere. And here for Christmas, we have Santa Claus. And Santa Claus, it's again, it's a saint. So in Russia is no, it's supposed to be, has nothing to do with Christmas. And they came up with an idea. You have to have like the older wise person who is in charge of this new year. And that person is Father Frost, Ded Moroz, the Father Frost. And first he was by himself, and then they say, well, we need kind of a company for him. And wife probably wouldn't do so good. He's an old dude, and the old dudess probably is not going to do well. Then the daughter kind of, well, the father and daughter tandem is what, and somehow, I don't know, out of the blue, they created that is Father Frost, the Grandpa Frost, and his and the granddaughter Снегурочка, Snow Maiden. So the two these characters, the Father Frost and the Snow Maiden, those are on all the postcards and everything. They are bringing the new year to the houses. That is the New Year's. So do we have any questions so far? Okay, Imre, hello. Thank you so much for coming here. And 15 people watching. That's so wonderful. Yes, December Jam Estonian family had a tree outside the house. See, it's kind of it's a dream to have that outside tree. Sometimes to go even to the woods, maybe to find a wonderful area in the woods and to find that tree and as to decorate it. It's, you know what, I yesterday in my Facebook feed, what I saw, someone posted that there is on the trail here in one of the parks where people are hiking, there is a Christmas tree or some kind of pine tree that this time of year someone brings the ornaments and leaves the Sharpie pencil that you can write the name of your pet and place it on the tree, and that is kind of pet tree, Christmas tree. And I made a mental note that maybe I need to go and hike in that area to see that tree for myself. So anyway, that is what we are talking about, those trees outside. Mary Candy Phillips, hello, hello. And Alex, yes, thank you so much. I love to know about the Russian culture, and that's what I've decided to do this. And maybe that will become maybe a weekly feature, and the videos will be about this one. Maybe see, we're not even talking about the map yet, because this is the story about the New Year's. And then, of course, and you say, and what about Christmas? What happened to Christmas? Did some Grinch in Russia, they ate that whatever, they get rid of the Christmas forever? Well, after all these years, the Russian church, Russian Orthodox religion, came back into the lives of the Russian people, and what we are seeing now, we have lots of churches, and the Christmas tradition is coming back. But again, majority of the population, they grew up in those times, and those children grew up. So the New Year's remains. But then Christmas is being brought back as the celebration, and now even the state, the government made Christmas official day off, an official day off. That wasn't before the case. When is the Christmas? The Christmas is the 7th of January. Why? Why is that so? The whole world is saying Christmas is the 25th of December and Russian Christmas is the 7th of January. What is it? Well, this is 2 weeks apart, my dear friends. And why is it so? It's because Russian Orthodox Church continues to live on Julian calendar. That we know that in the 16th, and up to the 16th century, the entire world was living on Julian calendar, and then the Pope in the mid 16th century decided to move the European countries to Gregorian calendar. And that was actually one more disagreement between the Orthodoxy and the Roman Catholics. So Russian church continues to live like before, and the Russian state was living on Julian calendar. When the revolution came in 1917, they adopted a decree, a law that Russia is moving 2 weeks ahead. So they swallowed 2 weeks, absorbed it, and the new style of time became official. So if you read some historical sources, some history books, you may notice that if someone is being born, there are two dates next to the birth date and to the dates, two dates, and one say old style date and new style date. So they acknowledge that, for example, like someone was born on this date, old style, but in reality is this date, new style. And since our chronological order and astronomical time is not stable, that every year the difference grows apart, and I believe that very soon it's going to be not 14 but 15 days, because it's like astronomers will know it better, because it's few minutes when the Earth is rotating around itself. It kind of gives more time, and more time accumulates. So anyway, it didn't happen yet, but if someone needs to know the exact date, exact time, they use these two dates, making sure that you know the exact date when it was old style, and now if we're going to be talking about the new style, it's a new style. So that brings us to the word Рождество. Рождество. And Рождество, it's родиться, to be born. It's like in English, and that's what we say. Рождество, Рождество, Рождество. And when we are going to say Merry Christmas, с Рождеством, с Рождеством. You probably have noticed this preposition с and then the ending in red. And here we have the same thing. So when Russians say happy holiday, for some reason we are putting here the preposition s, and this preposition would require instrumental case. An instrumental case is this ending, and so с годом, годом. But since this is the adjective, and here is a Russian language, the adjective has to agree with the noun in gender and number, or in case, and in case. So this is instrumental с Новым годом and с Рождеством. Okay, so с Рождеством. The Christmas tree entered an average Russian house at the very last week of December, because the Christmas tree needs to be fresh at the main holiday, main purpose, the New Year. And as a courtesy to the old traditions, households keep the tree through the 7th of January because it's Christmas. But then 2 weeks from January 1st, we have January 14th. That brings us to the oxymoron, the old New Year. The old New Year. And we have, remember I told you that for some reason I have this adjective старый, старый, old, старый. And that старый, the 14th of January, it's a unique Russian holiday due to that discrepancy with the calendars. And that is Старый Новый год, Old New Year, Старый Новый год, Старый Новый год. And this is the most outrageously incomprehensible holiday, Старый Новый год, Old New Year. I mean, people don't celebrate it as crazy as the first night, but they always make a mental note on the night from the 13th to 14th, because the new year comes at midnight. So you have to be awake at midnight to meet, to greet that new year, because on the 14th it's definitely coming and the next year is here to stay. So that was the story behind what do Russians celebrate on the New Year's, and why is it so important for Russians? Because this holiday just unifying force. If you go to, I told you, if you go to any country right now, post-Soviet countries, you will find out that everyone pays huge attention to the New Year's. And yes, you cook, you eat, you meet your New Year. And I invited a couple of friends to my house. I will be making those 3 salads. I will be making maybe something else. And I will make a short video to post it on my other channel. But also when we are done on my cooking channel, that Russian cuisine with what? Cooking Together Russian Cuisine in English. That's my other channel, which is also being neglected. You see, it's to have a stream is the easiest way for me to maintain activity on this channel, and maybe I will have it a little bit more often if you guys are willing to hang out with me and talk. I would be more than happy to have more streams more often. You tell me what you think. Okay, so what do we have here? Merry Christmas, Alex, Eric. Yeah, Father Frost. Well, I wouldn't say that it's Jack Frost, but if it's easier for us to comprehend Jack Frost, that yeah. But Father Frost is actually grandfather. It's grandfather Frost. It's we don't know how to call it better. Ded Moroz. It's called Ded Moroz. It has nothing. It's a character that kind of brings cold to to Earth and lives in the cold country. It's not he lives not in Finland, but he lives in the actually. Now let's go to the map. Okay, so um, this is Russia, and can you see kind of yeah? Okay, if okay, so we have this is the north of Russian territory, and okay, and if we go here's Pskov, okay, here Petrozavodsk, Ladога, Kishi, so Великий Novgorod, Vologda, so somewhere closer to I don't see. Severodvinsk, Archangельsk. So the Russian New Year, the Father Frost lives in the north of Russia over here. So it has special city over there. You can visit him, and I will post the link if you could go to the site and even write him a letter like Santa Claus. But since we are at the map, I want to show you. You keep asking, where is Penza? Where is Penza? And Penza, so Moscow is here. So it's a huge country. So Moscow, I was born here in Irkutsk, and I know this territory very well, familiar with every city over here because I was traveling by train over here. But so Moscow is here, and we're going south over here, and this is Penza. This is Penza. And that's why when Sasha is saying that Moscow has a weather and 24 hours after what Moscow had, it comes to Penza. And this is, now you can see that it's about, in miles, it's about 500 miles distance between Moscow and Penza, maybe give it a take. And someone also asked me a question when Sasha is taken, especially during winter time or sometimes in fall, Sasha and Masha, Sasha and Messi, they're going on the walks with Messi, and they say we're going there by the sea, taking a walk by the sea. And people are saying, what is that? What sea? It's a landlocked city. It's a landlocked city. What sea Sasha is talking about? In my translations that I've been doing for 2 years religiously, I was explaining what type of sea is here in Penza. And this is actually a reservoir. They have river, Sura, and it's one of the tributary of river Volga. So it opens its mouth into Volga River. But to preserve the city and give water to the city, they built a dam. Actually, a dam is very pretty large. And when they build the dam, the other rivers also kind of feeds into that. It created reservoir, and people call it a sea because it's a huge body of water, but it's totally artificial. And but since it's artificial and it's big, it's not a lake, and it's customary in Russia to call such reservoirs seas. and especially along the Siberian rivers where they have cascades of the power station, electric hydro power stations. They have lots and lots of such seas, and that's why that is the sea where Sasha is taking Messi for a walk, and he always saying, "We're going to the sea," but it's a reservoir, and so don't. I wanted to clear that confusion. Now you're probably a little bit more aware where Penza is, and once you forget, keep just ask me question next time, and I'll take you to the map for another geography lesson. Okay, now let's see what we have here. Mónica Méndez, hola, ¿cómo estás? It's mucho gusto de verte aquí. Hello, Lilian. Merry Christmas. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Mhm. Muchos besitos. Don Pepas, Monica is sending you kisses and you're sleeping. Don't even know. You don't even know that the kiss is being sent your way. Okay, what are we talking? Karen is saying, I think Russian Orthodox is the cross. Yeah, I think it's a Russian Orthodox course. Color Grade Fusion. Hello, happy holidays to everyone. And again, you see, we are talking about Christmas and Christianity. I know that we are being watched in different countries. So those of you who don't celebrate this holiday, but the New Year's. Oh, this is the season to be happy, to be kind, to be nice to one each other, and to wish for a better world around us. So happy holidays to those who don't celebrate this particular holiday, but the New Year's, it's coming everywhere. Um, because what we celebrate is the rotation of our body, of space body, the Earth, our planet, that is hosting, housing us all, and we don't have any other house. I wish people could understand it, kind of that we have no place to escape but to be here. So anyway, I'm not going into philosophical discussions and talks about that. Okay, what did I miss anything? Um, More streams. Sherry saying more streams. That's, I'm telling you, this is the easiest way for me to be with you and for the channel to demonstrate, to show activity. So with those cultural or area studies videos and with the streams, maybe we'll take a different direction. Maybe this channel will take off. I don't know. I need to give second life to this channel. I'm really kind of thinking about taking a creative course for the YouTubers and see where it takes me. Alex is from Brazil. So he says that Santa Claus is Papa Noel. Yeah, Papa Noel. And in France also is Noel. And yes, it's very interesting. And me, the one black cat is saying my childhood was all Russian and Finnish and German fairy tales and children's movies. Yes, I'm thinking that I'm going to show one of the Russian fairy tales to the students when they come back after the exodus or the break, 2 weeks break. And that one particular movie that features Father Frost in that movie, the main fairy tale female character there, she looks like Masha, and Masha, the Mrs. Masha, and people when they first see Masha, they, especially when they first showed up on YouTube 3 years ago, 4 years ago, everyone was saying, Masha, you look like Nastenka, like Anastasia from that particular movie. I will feature the link for that movie as well. Let me take a note so you could see at least that Father Frost, how he was portrayed in the Russian movies. Okay, love the geography, December gem, and Karen is saying the geography is interesting. And Linda saying continue with the streams. And Portugal, okay, we have Pai Natal. Pai Natal, yes, that's so good. And like Papa Noel, yeah. And same, yeah, same language but different names. And it's really very interesting. So again, we are all people, what we wish for this holiday for all of us. So we have our loving family, that everyone is healthy, that everyone has wonderful time, and live long and happy lives. And I think this is for all the humans is the desire, first and foremost, that it's coming. For your furry babies, I wish them all health, wealth, and fuzziness. And Don Peppers and I are going to have also our dinner later today, because he just loves being around me. And I'm so happy that I have family. You know that they say that once you have a cat in your life, or a dog for that matter, or any animal, any pet, you are never alone. For those people who live alone, single people, yes, maybe to have a pet, it's a good idea, because I understand that you kind of confine your freedom goes away, because it's difficult to travel, it's difficult to go somewhere on the length period of a long period of time. But that happiness that they bring to your life, that wonderful emotions every time you look at their eyes, it's so, it's, I don't know, you can't replace it with, it's irreplaceable, it's so touchy. And yes, sometimes they drive you nuts when they wake you up in the ungodly hour, and you kind of feel like, I'm going to do something to you, but then you still snug with Don Peppers and you love him. Okay, so I think it's December Gem is saying, Gail, that I love learning different countries and traditions. Yes, it's thank you for giving me that idea. I don't know. You see, when I started recording that video about myself, I said, when I started this channel 2 years ago, um, all I thought that I am going to be a bridge between Messi's fans and the English speaking community. And I thought that I will be just a tool, communication tool between two types of people. And I never thought that my figure would become of interest to someone, let alone my Don Peppers. But look, 2 years forward, and now you come to my streams, you come to my channel. Some of you saying, and I love reading those comments, that, we are coming. It's so nice that we met at Messi's channel. It's so nice that we all love Messi, but here this content, it's also is evolving into something that could sustain its own life on its own. And I was first at service to people who love those, and I still would love to continue, but um, it's time probably for me to grow as my own channel, as my own content. But I'm so grateful to Macy that he united us, and the content based on Macy's stories is always here. But we're going to take some other turns on this channel, and I hope that we will be successful with your help, because without you, I'm nobody. The content creators on YouTube, without you, my dear friend, nobody. Because when you're shooting the video, you have to think about people who this video is addressed to. Because if I'm making video for myself, then it's going to be only one viewer, myself. But if I'm making video with you in mind, then you all will come and watch this video. And okay, Karen, yeah, thank you so much for being here. And it's time for us to say goodbyes. Merry Christmas. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for spending your time with me. Thank you, thank you, thank you for your support, for your love, for everything. And Don Pepas and I were wishing you Merry, Merry Christmas. And I hope that your upcoming year is going to be wonderful, bountiful, and maybe the peace will come to our homes. Okay, for to everyone homes. And thank you so much, Alex. Thank you, thank you. Cheers from Portugal. Thank you, Sherry. And I please accept my love and gratitude again. I don't have enough words to thank you all, and my warmest, warmest wishes. I wish I could hug you all, group hug to you guys, and thank you for hanging out with Don Pepas and I. Merry Christmas. Merry, Merry Christmas.